Hello, and welcome to another podcast. Take a deep breath with Yvonne Daniels. Yep, I am your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, encouraging you and helping you to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We're doing it one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to grow and to go. Today, we are talking about expecting success. Yes. And of course, over this way, we're all about changing health narratives, leaving health legacies, and just so excited about and trying to make sure that we are being very good stewards of the wealth that we were born with, which is our health. Yeah, we talk about all the other types of wealth that we learn about. It's very good. We need to know about that, but to know that health, yeah, that's that wealth that we are born with. So trying to make sure we are taking care of it as best we know how. Okay, that means getting enough sleep. That means accepting responsibility for our well-being. That means taking as many deep breaths as often as we can, tuning into our bodies and moving our bodies. So yes, how you doing today, Matt?
Hey, what up, dog? How are you doing today?
I am doing well. And of course, you know how we kick off every episode.
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on in and out. And I'm telling you, when you do that, your body says, okay, cool, we can relax. All right. So, like I said, we're talking about expecting success on this episode. February is International Expect Success Month. And we love that over this way. So, this is celebrated, of course, this month, promoting a positive mindset, goal setting, and personal growth to help us achieve our aspirations. And International Expect Success Month was actually created by Carla Brandau back in about 2019. So we've been celebrating this. Well, it's been celebrated. I wish I had known about it. 21 years now. And Carla Brandau is the president of Life Power Dynamics, encouraging you to look deep within yourself, and you can do that. We like to do that too. I look to my heavenly source, as always, my Lord and Savior, discovering hidden success qualities, developing positive anticipation, dedication, and hard work. All that is involved in this. So, expecting success, we love that, and optimism. When you think of optimism, you think of sometimes maybe people just having it, but you can learn optimism. So researchers document that depression and pessimism go hand in hand, being depressed or just not caring. In fact, people who are depressed are usually pessimistic first. And Carla Brandau, the one who kind of came up with the International Expect Success Month, of course, she is the president of the Life Power Dynamics. And she says a key factor in fighting depression is to change the view of life from pessimism to optimism. Of course, we know this is not just something that happens overnight, but this is the ultimate goal. In other words, if you can learn to wake up every morning and expect success, you will improve the quality of your life, improve relationships, and be more innovative at work. Now, Carla goes on to say that pessimists tend to believe bad events will last for a long time and will undermine everything they do. She says they also blame themselves for the unfavorable things that happen to them. In contrast, optimists who are confronted with the same hard knocks of this world think about misfortune in the opposite way. They tend to believe defeat is just a temporary setback. Yeah, we love that. This causes that its causes are confined to this one case, all right, and that defeat is not their fault. They are unfazed by defeat. And what I'd like to add to that too is that there are always lessons to be learned when you quote unquote fail. And failure is not a bad thing. Some may call it defeat. There's always lessons to be learned and strength to be gained. All right. So you may not know this, but before the 1960s, people were thought to be a product of their environment. I've heard people say this so much. I'm just a product of my environment. And there's little credence that was given to the power of the mind and making conscious choices for positive thoughts. And I like to add to, just kind of stopping here, I found that you have to think that you're worthy of great things and positive things happening to you. So that's a mindset shift there that needs to be worked on if that is not already in place. With the work of psychologist Albert Ellis, there came a shift from individual helplessness to individual preference. choice, decision, and expectation. And that's all a part of, what we talk about on our episodes, just really accepting responsibility, uh, you know, uh, for your choices and your decision making. This psychologist, Albert Ellis, believed that what others thought of as deep neurotic conflict was simply, he says, bad thinking. He says it was stupid behavior on the part of non stupid people. Okay, I like the non stupid people part. And he challenged patients to give it up and change their whole thought process. And the way you think is very, very important. If you are encountering depression, a lot of times, looking at what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on, what you're feeding your mind, what you're watching, all that stuff can have such a profound effect on depression, the levels of depression. So, definitely something to think about. So, psychiatrist Aaron T. Beck wrote that depression is not the disease, he says. He says, but negative thinking is the disease. Another researcher, William Glasser, in his book Control Theory, states that people choose depression as a way to handle their problems. And this is what he says, okay? He says that people can learn to be emotionally healthy and take control of their own destiny by learning to be optimistic and using the power of positive expectation. And of course, we know that this is not something that can just happen overnight. There are definitely many, many layers to this, but this is the ultimate. If this can be the ultimate goal, this is so powerful. So, psychiatrists, or actually, Carla Brandow offers 3 tips for you if you want to change your mental mindset. All right. So, and I think this is the big shift right here. So she says to one, accept that life will inflict setbacks and disappointments. That is just a part of life. Number 2 is to become resilient by seeing the setback as only temporary. And number 3 is to exercise determination and perseverance to succeed. Don't quit trying. And I heard someone, I forget, it was a country singer that says, someone was asking him, he was going through a really difficult time, and they were, asking him, how is he, what is something that he does to kind of get through? And he says he makes sure that he always intentionally shows up. He shows up every day. And that's intentionality. It takes work, but if you can just show up, man, I tell you what, that's a great first step forward. And so Carla goes on to say, number 4 is to wake up every morning and expect positive things to happen. Once again, you got to know and believe that you're worth those positive things happening to you. And if you can get into that mind set every morning, man, that's going to make quite a difference. And then 5, she says, is to know that your future needs great expectations. Think about that. Your future needs for you to be expecting of it to be great. All right. It needs that. And this is actually a book by the same title that was written by Barry Spilchuk. So if you get a chance to check that book out, I think that would be quite worthy of your time to read. All right. So as we continue to talk about and celebrate International Expect Success Month, hopefully we will take this throughout the entire year. And some common observance practices are to, if you are a vision board person, to create a vision board, visualizing your goals and aspirations. And this will help you to stay motivated. Those daily affirmations, reinforcing confidence and resilience through positive self-talk. And sometimes you have to put those up to where you can see them. You have to tell yourself that, even if you don't feel it right then, just to keep saying it. You keep saying it, you keep seeing it until you start to really believe that. Okay. Networking and support and community is so important. I am a big believer in community and support, connecting with like-minded individuals, mentors, communities for encouragement. You want to do that. And then workshops and seminars on topics like time management, all right, motivation and mindset training are so very important. All right. So the mindset, positive mindset, is cultivating optimism and belief in your ability to overcome your challenges, goal setting, creating clear, realistic goals and action plans, personal development, continuing to learn, skill building. That is so important. That's going to really empower you. I am on that journey right now. I love learning and learning new skills. That just helps your self improvement. Mindfulness and resilience, techniques to manage stress. And stress, let me tell you, it can come in so many different forms. Sometimes you don't even realize the stress that you're under. Setbacks and maintain your motivation. And then celebrating your milestones. And, I don't think this is looked at enough. Acknowledging your achievements, big or small, to sustain your momentum. So, wow, I'm smiling just even talking about this because, I think we all have greatness inside of us. And I think that you have to expect success. Because when you don't, I mean, whatever you expect is most likely what's going to happen. So if you expect success, you have a much better chance of success happening. So as we end this podcast, I know this was a short one, but International Expect Success Month. Love it. Go back and listen to it, share it with someone, continue to take it in. I'm going to go back and listen to it myself because these are such good nuggets for all of us, I think. And, when you are successful, then you make your community successful. So the success is not just for you, it is for others also. So, yay to expecting success and celebrating International Expect Success Month. What do you think, Matt, about expecting success? Do you expect success out of your life?
I mean, yeah, for the most
Yeah,
part.
well, of
Um,
course.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little under the weather today,
Oh
so
my
my
goodness. Okay,
response isn't going to be the best. But
that's okay.
as long as you put the work in and you're
Yeah,
not trying to cheat any corners and
right.
just sit there and like my entire mindset is like, obviously if you sit there and you put the work in, you put the time, then
Yep,
yeah, you can expect good things to happen to you.
right.
But if you sit there and you try to cut corners and cheat corners, or if you're just being lazy about anything and not
Mm-hmm.
actually trying to go about, making change or doing something positive, then
Right.
I don't think you can really expect anything to happen. If you don't put in the work, then like, yeah.
Man, you bring up a great point, Matt. That is so true. You can expect all you want, right? But if you're not putting the work in, then it's not going to quite turn out the way you think. And if you are expecting and you're not putting the work in and you feel like you're becoming depressed, well, that's one thing to look at. Am I truly putting my best foot forward? Am I truly doing all that I can to make sure that success happens? So thanks so much for bringing that up, Matt. And I do hope that you feel better, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So thank you so much for wrapping that up. Oh, gosh, that's right. Put that work in, and then we can definitely expect that success. So, all right, Matt, how do we end every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on in and out. And that works too if you're feeling a little under the weather. Sometimes taking those deep breaths can kind of help you with that as well. I use it for everything. All right. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And be sure to check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. And I will check you out in the next episode.
Good stuff.